If you've ever wondered what it really costs to go from zero flight time to sitting in the right seat of a regional airline jet, this video breaks it all down step by step. There's a lot of misinformation online, so my goal here is to give you realistic numbers, explain where the money actually goes, and help you understand what the full journey looks like financially, from your very first flight lesson to your first paycheck as a regional airline first officer. Let's start at the beginning, with private pilot training. This is where everyone starts, and it's also where many people underestimate the cost. Between aircraft rental, instructor time, fuel, books, exams, and check rides, most students today spend around $15,000 to $18,000 to earn a private pilot certificate. This assumes you train consistently and finish close to the national average of 60 to 70 flight hours. Training less frequently almost always pushes this number higher. Next comes the instrument rating. This phase teaches you how to fly solely by reference to instruments and is a major step toward airline flying. Instrument training typically adds another $10,000 to $13,000 depending on how much simulator time you use and how efficiently you train. At this point, you're usually around 120 to 150 total flight hours. From there, you'll move into commercial pilot training. This certificate allows you to get paid to fly and requires you to build flight time up to at least 250 hours. Between advanced maneuvers, complex or technically advanced aircraft time, and time-building flights, the commercial certificate typically costs $25,000 to $30,000. This is often the most expensive single step in the process.
Once you're commercial, the next rating almost everyone gets is the Certified Flight Instructor Certificate. Many pilots also add instrument instructor and multi-engine instructor ratings. These are critical because instructing is the most common and reliable way to build flight time. Instructor training usually costs $8,000 to $12,000 for CFI alone, and another $5,000 to $10,000 if you add CFII and MEI. By this point, many pilots have invested roughly $60,000 to $80,000 total. Now comes time building. To fly for a regional airline in the US, you generally need 1,500 hours to qualify for an airline transport pilot certificate, though some pilots qualify with fewer hours through restricted ATP pathways. Most pilots build these hours by working as flight instructors, banner tow pilots, or in other entry-level flying jobs. The good news is that during this phase, you're getting paid instead of paying. Typical flight instructor pay ranges from $25,000 to $50,000 per year, depending on location and flight volume. While this phase takes time, usually 18 to 30 months, it often slows or stops the financial bleeding. Once you reach ATP minimums and get hired by a regional airline, you'll attend airline training. In most cases, the airline covers the cost of training, including simulator sessions and check rides. Some airlines even offer signing bonuses or tuition reimbursement programs that can help offset earlier training costs. At this stage, your out-of-pocket expenses are minimal compared to earlier phases. So what's the total cost? For most pilots starting from zero, the realistic all-in cost to reach a regional airline first officer seat falls between $70,000 and $100,000. Accelerated academy programs often land toward the higher end but get you there faster, while smaller flight schools may be cheaper but take longer. The trade-off is time versus money.
The final piece to consider is return on investment. Regional airline first officers today often earn $80,000 to $100,000 plus in their first year, with rapid pay increases and upgrade opportunities. While the upfront cost is significant, many pilots recoup their entire training investment within the first few years of airline flying. The key takeaway is this: becoming an airline pilot is expensive, but it's also one of the clearest career paths in aviation. If you understand the costs up front, plan your training carefully, and avoid unnecessary delays, the journey from zero time to a regional airline cockpit is challenging but absolutely achievable.